is that we've all gone out and bought ourselves hardwood products, and in doing so none of us really stopped to think where that wood originated from. The timbering companies, however, cottoned on a long while ago that we in the Western world are huge consumers of hardwoods. So they've been logging the rainforests indiscriminately. They got away with it because they're corrupt with successive Indonesian governments, and as a result everybody's been laughing all the way to the bank at this animal's expense. In fact, so serious is the story now that if I was to tell you there's estimated to be less than 6,000 orangutans left on the island of Sumatra, you might turn around to me and say, well, what's the problem? Because 6,000 sounds like an awful lot of animals. But then if I tell you that we know that they're declining by about 1,000 a year, it really doesn't take any great mathematician to work out these animals are going to be threatened with extinction within about 5 or 6 years' time. So there you are. I've just painted a really bleak picture for you there, but every depressing story has its positive side. And the positive side to my messaging here today is that in future, each and every one of us can easily help save an orangutan. It's very easy to do. All we have to do is not buy Indonesian hardwood products. So here's a little project for you. Next time you need to buy an item made out of wood for your home, we do use a lot of our wood in our homes. Front doors, window frames, DIY projects, bird tables, garden furniture, maybe just a plain old chopping board for the kitchen. You need to find out from the retailer where that wood came from. If he can't tell you, you can almost be guaranteed it's come from an Indonesian rainforest. You can look for an ethical symbol these days. The FSC symbol is a good one to look out for in the UK. Stands for Forest Stewardship Council, and that will indicate to you that when that tree was cut down, another one was planted in its place. But really the general rule of thumb is to avoid buying hardwoods. All hardwoods come from sensitive parts of the world, and if we all made that effort, we might give this animal another chance. But I'm afraid the news doesn't get any easier, because those destroyed rainforests have now been replaced by something called palm oil plantations. I've no doubt you've heard a bit about palm oil in recent months and years. At long last, it's getting a bit more media coverage, and that's because we're massive consumers of that product. So high is our consumption of palm oil, I wouldn't mind betting that each and every one of us stood here today has consumed at least 2 or 3 palm oil products since we got out of bed this morning. Palm oil is present in lots of our cosmetics, like hair shampoo, toothpaste and soap. It's in loads of our foodstuffs as well, things like packets of cakes, chocolates, biscuits, sweets, crisps, ice cream, particularly in low-fat spreads. In fact, anything on the ingredients description on the packaging that says it contains vegetable oil, well, that description is rather misleading, because that vegetable oil product is 99.9% likely to be palm oil. And palm oil ranges for hundreds and thousands of miles throughout Indonesia, and actually it's not a welcome guest out there, because the palm plant originated in Africa, and therefore none of Indonesia's wildlife can live on the palm plantation. Not a mammal, reptile, bird or even an insect. And these huge areas in Indonesia are now known as Indonesia's graveyards. So next time you're shopping, look at the ingredients description. I know that we can't avoid palm oil completely nowadays, but sometimes we do get a choice, don't we? So we can choose different oils as our cooking oils. And I do gather that more reputable supermarkets are listing palm oil as being present in their products. So look out for it, and if you do have to buy it, the one you need to aim for is sustainable palm oil. That's the only one that we know to be licensed and legal. And if we did make that effort, we might give this animal one last chance. This is the world's largest arboreal ape. So while you've got this unique opportunity, take a close look at these animals and see how they've adapted for this tree or arboreal lifestyle. Look at the size of their hands and the strength they have in the fingers and the gripability they've got there. And then look at their feet, because they'll hang every bit as well with their feet as they can with their hands. Their arms and legs have to be incredibly strong. They support 100